Dr. Minerva Santos, and welcome to Your Health Today. Our guest today is Patricia Nast, who is an acupuncturist and Chinese medicine specialist in the Mount Kisco area. She's actually my acupuncturist and actually cured my plantar fasciitis, allowing me to do the Avon 36-mile walk 2 years ago. Welcome, Pat.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's a privilege to be here.
No, it's a privilege for me to have you, because I think acupuncture is one of those things that people hear about, are a little skeptical, don't understand how it works, but I'm here to tell you that it does. And I'm happy to have you as a guest, because I'd like you to clarify, what is acupuncture? People just think that it's sticking needles in your body, but explain the whole premise of the acupuncture points and cheese.
Well, gee, that's a tall order. That's a lot.
But that's a 2-hour show.
Yeah, but basically, it's not really just about the needles. Really, acupuncture is about getting to know the person, the whole person, spending time with them. Sometimes in prepping the patient, of course I will take their pulse, look at their tongue, touch them, basically. I may touch the points sometimes before I even insert a needle. Sometimes actually they get lots of benefit just even from my touching an acupuncture point with the fingers. So what's that all about? Why do we respond that way? Acupuncture points are they're kind of entry places maybe for the energy that connects us with the outside world, if you will. We're not here in a vacuum. We're very much affected by what's going on around us, whether it's the weather, whether it's, say, an argument you had with your best friend, or whether your husband came home with flowers for you and said, "Honey, I really love you." We're all so much affected by all these things, and acupuncture is a way of accessing that energy that flows inside us. We talk about qi. People spell it different ways. You've seen it spelled maybe CHI or maybe QI, as I was taught in school. And what is that? It's the same thing in other modalities. It's prana, it's life energy. It's this thing that flows through us, and it's hard to express in our language, because in the Western world we really don't have the concept at all for what qi is. It's the thing that makes everything in your body work. It's the feelings you have. It's your stomach digesting food after you've eaten it. It's your ability to take ideas and assimilate them and make them a part of you. It's creativity. It's everything that goes on inside your body. So it's really hard.
It's like your energy medicine, and it's interesting. I had a patient once tell me there is no energy, electric, that goes through your body. And I corrected her in the sense that when we do an EKG, basically what we're looking at is the electrical conductivity of your heart. So there is electrical impulses. When they do EEGs on your brain, they're looking at those brain waves are basically the electrical conductivity. So you have energy, because I have patients who come to me asking about energy medicine, and Reiki is an energy medicine, subtype of energy medicine, I guess.
Reiki is something I do as well, and it's just another way of accessing and connecting with a person's energy. What makes me alive? What makes this person different from this table, for example, is that energy. What animates us?
Right.
And all of these medicines have the ability to connect with that, what's already going on inside you. And really, acupuncture isn't about oh, I put this point here and my headache goes away. It's really about connecting with that whole person and allowing their energy to move smoothly and efficiently. And if it happens to get stuck in a certain location, we free that up using acupuncture. Chinese herbs can do that as well, and they're much, much more subtle than, say, medicine that you get from your doctor. People have been using plants for centuries, for thousands and thousands of years. We've kind of forgotten that this is the basis of, you know, how people would look at life and how they would, gee, you have a tummy ache, maybe you would take a little mint, brew up a tea and have that, or chew on a leaf and you'd feel better instantly. People discovered a long time ago what made them feel better when they weren't feeling well. And then they took it one step further and said, how can I get to a place where I'm actually not getting sick? How can I keep my health vital and alive? How can I have the most energy to do all the things I want to in my day and not be exhausted at the end of the day? We've forgotten to connect with ourselves. We've forgotten to connect with nature over time.
That's true.
But these things are really key in so many ancient medicines that still exist today.
There's, if you look at Indian, Chinese, Japanese, they all have a similar theme, so to speak, of being one and being one with not the universe, but pretty much one with the universe, and being part of everything, not just isolated, not just you, but that everything, and like you said, everything affects you, which is why sometimes I know when I used to work in the emergency room, we used to know when it was a full moon, you know, it would really affect certain people. There's different beliefs on even planting, that some plants do better if you plant them at night or at a full moon or at a different tide, where we are like just one piece of this earth that goes around.
Absolutely. And, you know, talking about plants, actually, this is how I got into Chinese medicine, through loving plants. I mean, I come from a family of farmers. I garden avidly, and I was so incredibly amazed at all the things that are in my garden that are used in Chinese medicine today. And for instance, peony root. The white peony root is used to tonify, to nourish blood. It also is very soothing. So, you know, for someone who has muscle spasms a lot, we might use peony root with licorice. The combination of the two herbs together helps to soothe spasming muscles. So I went to acupuncture school really because I wanted to be an herbalist, and I thought, wow, it's really great, because most of the schools I had looked into at the time you know, they included herbal medicine with acupuncture. It was all part of the big picture. You don't do one without the other, although there are plenty of people who study one or the other now. And I was so fascinated by it. I had no idea before I started acupuncture school how amazing I would find it, you know, once I learned what it can do and how it helped my own health as well.
Right. Now, explain with qi, what are the certain things that can cause a blockage? Because I think people can wrap their head around the concept of qi, but I don't think that the actual blockages and the mechanism or what can cause blockages are really understood.
Okay, well, I can give you one example.
My foot.
So, well, yeah, we can talk about your foot. So, you know, sometimes it's about trauma, sometimes it's about injury. So maybe something happened to your foot at one time that it was injured, and then the blood, you know, we develop